Namaste. This is the second part of my vlog, my vlog on the Saraswati River. This is extremely important for several reasons. The first one is that one of the greatest flaws in Indian history books is that British historians have downsized and belittled Indian history by post-dating it. They couldn't believe that the civilization was more advanced than Christianity uh, so long ago. So even those who were sympathetic to India, like Max Muller, but remained staunch Christians, believed that the Vedas were much later, the Saraswati civilization didn't exist, the Aryan invasion was the true theory. So Saraswati River is very important because now it is proof that it existed. For a long time it was mythical, mentioned in the Vedas 40 times, but it was just something which was in the legend. Now there have been, as I said in my last vlog, there have been scientific discoveries, underground discoveries, satellite imagery that the Saraswati River did exist, and there are portions of it which are still visible with satellite mapping. Now, we have renamed, and I think there are not many historians, though myself I'm not a historian, I'm a journalist and lover of India. There are many historians, not many historians who have dared to say, no, it is not the Harappan civilization, it is not only the Indus civilization, it is a Saraswati-Indus civilization. Thus, the dates go back to, some people say, 5,000 years before Christ, Saraswati civilization. Some people say 10,000, 20,000 before Christ. As I said, I'm not an expert, so I won't speculate on that. But definitely, this civilization, which predates the Harappan Indus civilization, is much older, and there have been many, many discoveries on the banks of the Saraswati, as they are known today, of artifacts that show that Saraswati civilization existed. Now, there were three periods in the Saraswati civilization. One, of course, was the stone period, stone instruments, stone plows, to plow the earth, stone weapons, and then came copper. There have been many discoveries of copper, not only copper tools, but also copper jewels, copper bracelets and necklaces which have been found. Indeed, there's a very famous statue discovered, I think, by a British archaeologist near Mohenjo-Daro in the 20s of the dancing girls. And the dancing girl was something I would like to read the description that was made because it's quite extraordinary. Mortimer Wheeler, which is one of the very, very famous British archaeologists, described it as a girl with perfect form, showing a self-confidence to herself and in the world, which is taught today unsurpassed. I don't know how many of you have seen that dancing girl, but it's quite extraordinary, and even today you have a feeling that these people of the Saraswati-Indus civilization were very advanced, not only in terms of spiritual knowledge, but in terms of being great artists. So stone, copper, and then bronze. The bronze civilization, many historians have said that India didn't have an early bronze civilization, but the Saraswati-Indus people had a lot of bronze artifacts. And in fact, recently, two Indian archaeologists discovered in Rajasthan, in a place called, I have to find, their names were from the Deccan College. They discovered not only in Pakistan, but also in Rajasthan, in Guneshwar, Jodhpura. More than 5,000 objects have been excavated 3 years ago, and many of them were bronze. So these three periods are very important, but also we need to rewrite Indian history books. I mean, not only those published abroad, but those published in India, and the curriculums that are taught to Indian children. Indian children are often not very proud of being Indian because their own history is not taught as it happened. It's mostly the history which has been written by the colonizers. So once, this government, the government of Mr. Narendra Modi, rectified this error and correctly propounds, the Saraswati-Indus civilization, there's a whole shift that will happen not only in books, but in the minds of people, that this is a great and ancient civilization, much more ancient that has been said in history books, and much more artistic, and much more refined, and much greater. Namaste.